I want to mention something about a regulation that a lot of you may run across. And I think it's going to be more common this year and next year than ever before, probably. And there is an opportunity sometimes to access your 401k. A lot of times people will be either forced in, pushed in, or recommended that they go into early retirement, this early retirement being prior to 59 and a half. And they're told that and said that, you know, you've got this 401k, you've been with the company 20 years, 30 years, whatever it might be, and you've got this opportunity to access your 401k money without any penalty. You know about that 10% penalty that you might have to pay if you access any of your IRA or retirement money prior to 59 and a half. And here's a way you can do it without that. And it's called 72T. 72T stands for the IRS code that allows this. Here's the problem with it, and here's why I really don't like the program, and I would love to see people avoid it almost at all costs. Now, back in 1998, I was involved in a downturn. No, it really wasn't. Anyway, not too far from here, we have a very big Procter & Gamble plant. And there were a number of employees, hundreds, that were asked to take early retirement. And these were employees that a lot of them were under 59 and a half, and a lot of them were, a lot younger. Actually, it was 1996. I said 1998. And there were two companies that were asked to talk to groups of employees. One was a Merrill Lynch firm, and one was my company. And so I had an opportunity to make these presentations. And what the Merrill Lynch guy was proposing to everybody was that, hey, look, you all got all this company stock. In some cases, it was millions of dollars worth of company stock. And the first thing we're going to do is sell all of that. We're going to put it into account. We're going to diversify it, and we're going to start a 72T program. The 72T program is a program that the IRS says, okay, you can take the money, but here's the circumstances. You got to be, taking this early retirement. You got to have a need because you're not working any longer for whatever reason, and so on and so forth. And what you have to do is there's a formula that the brokerage firm or somebody will work out for you. It's a complicated formula. And the formula says that you can take anywhere, I'm making these numbers up, I'm just using as an example, that you can take based on the amount of money that you have in there, you can take anywhere from, in this particular case, you can take from $900 a month to $1,500 a month. And you can pick a number anywhere in between that. And you can pick a number of $1,300, say. Once you pick that number, it can never change. That's it. $1,300 a month for 5 years or 59 and a half. But even at 59 and a half, it's got to be 5 years. So when you get to 59 and a half, it's only been 4. You got to go to, 60 and a half. So 5 years, you can do this. Now, if you're 50 and you go 5 years, then you still got to go to your 59 and a half before you can change it. Here's the problem with that. Now you're taking $1,300 a month on a regular basis. If the market turns down based on the way that the investments are invested and your portfolio drops, and maybe this happens twice in a 5-year period where you lose 20% of the value, you gain it back, and then you lose another 15% of the value, and so on and so forth, you're never going to recover. You're never going to recover from that. Because if you're taking $1,300 a month, which means you're selling positions that are down because the market's down, you're never going to recover from that. Or very unlikely that you recover from that. And you end up with a portfolio a lot less. So now you're in a place where I'm collecting Social Security now. I'm going to cut what I would withdraw, but you're never going to get back. And I think that you stand. Remember, you're 55 or you're under 59 and a half. You could live to be 95 easily. That's a lot of years to live off the amount of money that you have. And there's an extreme possibility that you could end up outliving your money, the very thing that we ought to strive to avoid. And it's very concerning to me. So if that's what the plan allows you to do, I would think twice before doing it, because it sounds great right now. Hey, I'm 55 and I'm retired, loving life. I'm fishing. You know, I got a little part-time job where I'm greeting people at Walmart or whatever it is. I mean, it sounds wonderful until you're 75 and you don't have any more money. And guess what? When you're 75 or 80, you don't care that much about fishing anymore, and you're not going to care that much about going back to work. Chances are you're not going to be able to. You better think long and hard before taking that kind of program. Extremely important that we ask the question when a company says, well, you can take early retirement and collect your money without a penalty. You better ask them how that's being done. And if it's a 72T program, you better keep in mind what I just said. The market downturns, you can't say, you know what, the market's down, I better stop for a month or two. I don't want to withdraw any money because I'm going to wait till it recovers. You don't get that option. And it significantly burdens the overall portfolio.